Hello and welcome again to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League. So this is the start of our new season of the BTCC Replica Championship from League 2, which I'm covering this time out. It was League 1 last time, wasn't it? So League 2, so new drivers, new cars, new series. So we start our campaign at the other side of the globe in Australia at the famous Mount Panorama circuit. We joined the V8 Supercar paddock the same week, actually, that the iconic Bathurst 1000 race takes place. So we are effectively the support act for the big boys. So our cars line up the day before the big race. I've got to show them how to do it. Ha ha ha. So talking of the lineup, here they are. So Thomas on pole position and that lovely Alpha, look at it, beautiful. James Stephen in second in the Ferrari, Seamus in third in the other Alpha, Grasshopper in the NSX in fourth, Seabroad in fifth in the WRX, Molson in sixth in the other NSX, Potsy in seventh in the Aston Martin, Benzo in eighth in the Silvia, Banksy in ninth, his teammate in the other Silvia, Kevin 10th in the GTR, Graham in 11th in that Aston Martin, the other one, Dan Bailey in 12th in the GTR, Serial Killer in 13th in the Porsche, and Gingerbread Sam at the back there in the Ferrari, in the other Ferrari. Couldn't see it there for a second. So let's get this first 15-minute race underway. The normal format here, 3 15-minute races. You know all that sort of stuff by now. And, well, let's get this going. So let's see how Thomas gets off this start with that Alpha. My goodness me, that shot off like a rocket. Look at it go. And his teammate already, Seamus, up in the second. So the two Alphas with a blinding start. Coming up in first and second place, James going with them as well in third in the Ferrari. So already these three just getting a little bit of a gap. Back to Seabroad in the WRX in fourth. But he's just creeping in with them. But these three, as they come up in there, James having a look at his teammate, but just lets Thomas keep it on the inside. All a little moment from James there in second, but he gets himself through. So it does go past Seamus. So the Ferrari up in the second place. And Seabroad there, as you can see. Oh, he hits the wall, just scrapes it up there at the cutting. Keeps it on track and keeps with the top three. So here's the four then. Just pulling a bit of a gap away from Molson, who's in fifth in the NXS, who's leading this next group. Silvia under pressure of Benzo with Grasshopper there as well. Molson, oh, Benzo going wide, scrapes out wall, is going to allow Grasshopper through, he does. Kev's also going to go through, I believe. Yeah, nice move up the inside. Oh, and now he goes wide. Oh, gets his wheel on the track and oh, going to be through the S's here. And there's a car off, and that's Brawley, and he's off, and he's had a moment up there through the S's and through the dipper. So Seabroad all the way back to seventh. Benzo in behind him in eighth, or two Silvias actually. Benzo and Banksy in eighth and ninth. This is really tricky. Oh, damn, with a moment, and it's all a bit chaos at the back there. Captain Chaos. Oh, cars everywhere. Potsy, Graham, the two Aston Martins, so Team Aston Martin with a disaster there. Now, is this going to be a safety car? There's Graham at the back. Serial in the Porsche. He's having trouble getting it turned. He's got it this time though, gets it back on track. So, surely a safety car. Yes, it is, as we go back to the leaders with Thomas and James. So, here we go again as they come down to Murray's corner to get across the start and finish. Just a few cars, I think they're going to have to slow it down a little bit. Still cars quite a long way back, still coming through the chase actually. Some of them, or one of them at the back, it's got to be Serial, so he's really got to slow it down. Look at this going at, well, 25, 26 mile an hour here, so a bit slower than we would like, but Serial, I think he's on the back now, so could probably get going now, I'd imagine, Thomas. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a little bit of bump and shunt back there, and away we go. Thomas, James, Seamus, as they come through Hell Corner. Molson, who is in fourth, got himself to fourth place. Obviously Brody back there with that moment up at the S's there, Grasshopper in 5th, following his teammate Moulton up in 4th and 5th, and is that another safety car? I can see some hazard lights on, or is that just Brody with them on, I think? No, I think they're still racing. Oh no, they're not. No, it's another safety car, so yet another moment at the back there. I think that was a little bit of the pushing and shoving on the start or finish right at the start of that safety car, or at the end of that safety car I should say. So a second safety car within minutes of each other. So again, Thomas will lead them off. Now, the normal rules are that you go the full lap under safety car, but this being such a long lap, it might be that they can get going maybe down at Conrod Straight, which is the next big straight that they'll get to before the start or finish. Otherwise it's going to be a long time this lap under safety car, because they're only just coming through sort of Skyline and through the S's here. So let's see, we'll stay with Thomas. So what are we, 4.5 minutes in, and already we've had 2 safety cars, a bit like the the normal big race up here tends to get a lot of safety cars. Yes, here we go. They've gone start of Conrod Straight. Thomas has floored it, and away he goes. But James and Seamus was wise to it. They're going with him. It's a lovely looking car as well. That Seamus, that livery. Look at that. Great. Oh, and who's that? And James has got through on the Ferrari, past Thomas. Got in through the chase there. On the brakes. Oh, Seamus with a moment. Oh, just tagged his teammate, did he? He did. Pushes Thomas off. Thomas is off, and well, and there's another car. Actually, both are off. So both Alphas are off there. I think Seamus had a moment, just tagged the back of his teammate. Oh, and Gingerbread's off as well. The Ferrari is off in the sand. He's playing sandcastles there. So it's all going off here in this first 5 minutes. My goodness me, this is the first race of the season as well, lads. And wow, Dan's off as well. Every time we go to another shot, there's another car resting against the wall. So goodness me, what a start this is for this first race. Steady down, boys. Just another 7 weeks to go. You can't win it in race 1 of round 1. So, not sure if it's safety car again. Doesn't seem like James is running it like their safety car. I don't know, maybe. No, he's not. He's definitely going. So James then in the Ferrari is gone. Moulton in second. He's going with him. And in fact, I think the rules are as well, you can only have the 2 safety cars, and it was an incident between the 2 teammates as well, wasn't it? So we rock and roll and go on. So Moulton in second's got himself up, courtesy of all this drama. Moulton's there in the Rocket Cargo NSX, trying to chase down James in that Ferrari, sliding there through the S's from Moulton as they come down now into Forest's Elbow. Difficult turn this, blind as you come down into it. There's Grasshopper up in third, so it's blind, and it goes really tight as you come to the exit of it. You think you've got it covered until you turn the corner, and all of a sudden the wall on the right hand side comes a little bit closer. So power it through the chase. Kev there in 4th, with Benzo going with him in 5th place. Kev, one of our, well, you probably wouldn't be familiar with him because he's fairly new, quite a few new ones. Benzo as well. I know I've covered the league before in previous videos, but I'm sure these guys are fairly new to the league. Oh, someone's off, and it's Brody again. I think he's having a nightmare. Here's Brody in that WRX. There's 2 big offs he's had, dropping down to 8th with Banksy now. Gonna have a look at turn 1. No, not close enough there. So just sits behind him. Does Banksy in that Silvia even? I wish it was silver, but it's yellow and it's a Silvia. So Banksy in 9th. And then this little battle here, Seamus trying to get back up into the top points here, but he's battling out with Potsy. Seamus surely later on the brakes in that Alpha he does get through to 10th place. So as they head up through Griffins and up into the cutting, 10th there for Seamus, Potsy in 11th. Nearly 9 minutes in, and I was going to say it's been a great race. Well, it's been full of incident, that's for sure. Not much racing been going on at the moment. Let's see if these final 5 minutes have got a little bit more of the normal stuff. Oh, Seamus with another moment. No, it wasn't. I think that was, or it was Seamus, was it? I think it might have been. Got his wheels back off, or was it Banksy? Whoever it was. There's some wheels up on the grass anyway. Nearly lost it. So Seamus there. Probably Banksy actually, because Seamus is right up behind him now, and went for that to Seamus, but that would have been a little bit tight through there. So Banksy in 9th. Broady ahead of them, chasing down Serial, who actually, considering he was at the back after that first safety car, is up into 7th now. So Serial got himself up into 7th, but he's being chased down big time by Seabroad. He won't be happy with the start he's made, and again, too hot in there. It's the curb, and his car's doesn't look very settled, does it? Oh, a little battle here between Seamus and Banksy goes on. Potsy just sit behind him, and they're on the back of Broady as well. And wow, this is topsy-turvy stuff here. Seamus, Potsy just going to sit there. Just sit there, Potsy. Let them fight it out, and you might get a nice clear run through. Oh, don't go that wide though. Now, can he get a bit of a kick on up here? He can get into the slip behind Seamus. He might be able to. Gingerbread Sam there, just off the back of them in 12th. In that sort of copper-coloured Ferrari. Unusual colour. With a prancing horse. As we see him go up towards the cutting now. Gingerbread Sam. Actually, could be, I guess, Ginger, couldn't it? The car, hence his name. Maybe that's where it's coming from. Or maybe it's just coincidence. Oh, he's hit the wall there. It looked like he was going too wide, but he's got away with it. Just a little tap of it. And we've got Graham there in 13th. He was part of that melee at the back, wasn't he? So in 13th for Graham, and Dan Bailey in 14th. There's a yellow flag there, I just see who's that. We'll stick with Dan, and it might give us a bit of a clue. Yellow flags are flying, so obviously no taking over. So Graham through there, green flags, I'm not sure who that was. Nothing obvious. The back of the front note to the other Ferrari in the more familiar red colour of James Stephen. Is James going to be with us this full campaign? He normally starts these and then for whatever reason misses a few, so it'd be good to see James do the complete campaign this time out as he comes through Hell Corner to get himself up through Mountain Straight. So in the first place, Molson still there in second, and actually this is going to be a good result for the two NSXs with Molson and then Grasshopper second and third. Kept themselves out of trouble. They're not going to catch James unless he has a moment. What are we? Nearly 30 minutes in, so a couple more minutes left on here. And what's that? Probably maybe only a lap left to do. So good points, team points for the Hondas. And also for the drivers themselves. Thomas He's fought his way back up. We haven't seen much of him, have we? Other than the start when he was controlling the safety cars, but he's worked his way back up the fourth and actually done really well to get there. Again, was just hit by his teammate, not on purpose, but shoved it off into the grass and into the sand, and he was at the back and got himself all the way back up the fourth, so done really, really well. But I think fourth's going to be where he stays here in race one, and he'll be hoping if he can do a little bit better. And assuming all goes to plan in the next 2 races, that is. The boys just need to calm down a little bit. Thomas in 4th, and then Benzo in 5th. Good showing here from Benzo. Kev, oh, went wide there, just hit the wall there through the S's and back to 6th, so just falling back a little bit in that GTR. Serial in 7th. So he's going to be pushing to try and get onto the back of Kev, who's there in 6th place. So what are we now? 14, nearly 15 minutes in, so race is almost complete. So we're going to get, some of them are going to get another lap in. That'll be the top 4. Not sure these guys will. We'll see, or perhaps they will actually. With 30 seconds left as they come through the chase. But Kev right on the back now of Benzo as they come into the final corner at Murray's. Now is Kev going to have a look, or he's going to have a look. Is he going to go for it? A little bit far back there, I think, Kev. That's it, stays there, well done. Yeah, they are going to get another lap in, so these boys are okay for another final lap. Serial in 7th, under pressure now from Seamus. He will get another lap in as well, so actually most of the field might get the next lap in. See Broad and Potsy attacking him, have got another lap in too. So Potsy it is, going up the inside, good move. Up the inside of Seabrawl, but it's going to be a little drag race there now, isn't there, between him and Potsy. Seabrawl just getting it ahead there, slightly quicker than that WRX. Gingerbread coming in 11th, so they've finished the race. So 11th for Gingerbread, Sam, Banksy in 12th. That was close there. Graham in 13th. Bit unfortunate having got caught up in all that mess at the back there, and Dan again, one of the others, just had a bit of a messy start, so unfortunate for Dan. Came in 14th, but back up top. Let's stick with these boys now as we see our leader James coming in now to Forest's elbow for the final time. Now he's going to put the hammer down, full pelt through Conrod straight. And it's been a great drive from James. Got himself up into with the lead at the front now. He was started in 2nd anyway, didn't he? But was fighting for the lead all the way, really. Didn't get caught up in anything. And he's brought it home in 1st place. So congratulations to James. Going to take victory here in race 1 at Mount Panorama. Well done. Molson with a good 2nd, with his teammate Grasshopper 3rd, so good points there for them too. Thomas will get that 4th place in the other Alpha, so I guess he will take that. A little bit disappointed probably, maybe, but good anyway. 5th for Kev, so good place for him, good 5th for him. Benzo in 6th. Serial going to come in 7th with Seabrawl in 8th. Seamus in 9th in the end, and then Potsy is going to come in 10th. So there's race 1 for you. Hope you enjoyed that. Catch me for races 2 and 3 soon, and I'll see you then.